Alvin is 43 years old. Last month, he ran the numbers and discovered that his household net worth had crossed $1 million. He did not feel rich. He told his wife. She said that was good. Then she asked whether they could afford to upgrade from their 4-room HDB in Tampines to a condo in District 15. He looked at the number again and realized he could not answer her question. Because the $1 million, the whole million, was sitting in 3 places where he could not spend it. $720,000, the current market value of the HDB flat, minus the outstanding mortgage. $190,000, his CPF ordinary and MediSave accounts combined. $90,000, a brokerage account with CSPX and some Singapore REITs that he had been building for 6 years. $1 million, zero liquidity. The same Monday morning he had always had. He is not unusual. He is median Singapore. According to the Ministry of Finance's first ever comprehensive household wealth data, published in February 2026, the median net worth of a resident household in Singapore is approximately $994,000, which means Alvin, with exactly $1 million, sits almost precisely in the middle of the entire distribution. He is the average Singaporean millionaire. The problem is that the word millionaire was built for a different kind of million. Here is what $1 million actually means in Singapore in 2026, and why the same number can represent 3 completely different lives. The first version is Alvin's million, net worth on paper. The Ministry of Finance data is unambiguous about how it is composed. 56% of average Singapore household wealth is in property equity. 22% is in CPF. 22% is in other financial assets, cash, stocks, ETFs, bonds. This means that for the typical household, over 70% of net worth is locked. Property cannot be partially redeemed. CPF cannot be freely touched before 55, and even then it feeds into a retirement account that generates payouts from 65. The $90,000 in Alvin's brokerage account is the only part of his million that exists in the financial world in any practical sense. Financial Horse, Singapore's most widely read personal finance publication, puts it plainly in their 2026 Net Worth Guide. What separates truly wealthy households is private property ownership, significant liquid savings above CPF minimums, and income in the top decile, not total net worth. Liquid assets above CPF minimums. This is the paper millionaire. Singapore has hundreds of thousands of them. The MOF data shows the bottom 20% of households, the lowest wealth quintile in Singapore, has an average positive net worth of $293,000. In the United Kingdom and Australia, the bottom quintile has 0 or negative equity on average. Singapore's HDB system has given almost everyone something on paper. Whether that paper can be turned into the life people want is a completely different question. The action: go to the Smart Calculator Net Worth Calculator at smartcalculator.sg. Calculate 2 numbers. First, your total net worth including CPF and property. Second, your liquid net worth, cash plus investments only, no CPF, no property. The gap between those 2 numbers is your paper wealth. The second number is the one that actually governs your financial flexibility today. The second version of $1 million is more interesting and significantly rarer. Priya is 48 years old, Senior Compliance Manager. She has been investing consistently since her mid-30s, $500 a month initially, then increasing as her income grew. Her CSPX and VWRA portfolio, combined with her SRS account invested in Singapore REITs, now sits at $1 million. This is entirely separate from her CPF, which is on track for the enhanced retirement sum, separate from her HDB in Clementi, which has 8 more years on the mortgage. $1 million in a diversified investment portfolio in Singapore in 2026 at a 3.5% safe withdrawal rate, the rate Singapore's financial planners now use because the standard planning horizon here exceeds 35 years, generates $35,000 per year, $2,917 per month. That is a portfolio's contribution. At CPF Life at the enhanced retirement sum level from 65, $3,300 per month. And her total retirement income is $6,217 per month. With a paid-off HDB by 56, her actual expenses run around $3,200 per month. She will have surplus income in retirement. She does not need to work past 55 if she chooses not to. But here is what $2,917 per month from $1 million does not look like. It does not look like a car. COE Category A closed at $126,009 in June 2026. A mid-range sedan all-in crosses $160,000. Running costs over 10 years. Depreciation, insurance, road tax, parking, fuel, servicing sit between $200,000 and $300,000. A car does not add 60% to monthly expenses. It destroys the mathematics of a $1 million portfolio entirely. The monthly cost of car ownership at $2,000 per month absorbs 69% of the portfolio's 3% safe withdrawal rate contribution. There is no room. It does not look like a private condominium either. The entry price for a 2-bedroom private condo in Singapore's outside central region in 2026 is $1.5 to $1.8 million. A 3-bedroom in a desirable location crosses $2 million. $1 million in equity plus a mortgage is possible, but the mortgage repayment on a $1 million loan at current rates over 25 years runs between $4,500 and $5,000 per month. Combined with regular living expenses, this number exceeds Priya's total retirement income before she buys a single cup of coffee. It does not look like international school fees. Tuition alone runs between $24,000 and $48,000 per year per child. What $1 million in a Singapore investment portfolio does look like, with a paid-off HDB and no car and CPF Life from 65, a genuinely comfortable, unstressed life. Hawker centres and occasional restaurants. MRT and occasional grab. 1 or 2 holidays per year. Good medical coverage. No Sunday night anxiety about Monday. No checking the bank account before coffee. That life is real and it is achievable. It is also specific. Substitute the car, the private school, or the condo upgrade, and the mathematics collapse. The action. At cpf.gov.sg, check your projected CPF Life payout. Then divide your current investment portfolio, not CPF, not property, by 28.6. The result is your annual safe withdrawal at 3.5%. Add the CPF Life number. That is your projected retirement income. Compare it to your actual monthly expenses today. The gap, if there is one, is what you need to close before you can call your million real. Now the third version, the one that most people picture when they hear the word millionaire, and the one that almost nobody in Alvin's position actually has. Marcus is 51, managing director at a private bank. His liquid financial assets, his investment portfolio, his SRS account, his brokerage holdings, not counting CPF or his condominium in District 10, total $1.4 million. He cleared $1 million in pure investable assets at 46. He is not defined by it. He has been thinking about $2 million for 3 years. Here is what his $1 million and then $1.4 million actually bought him. It bought him the MAS Accredited Investor designation, $2 million in net personal assets with a cap of $1 million on primary residence contribution, unlocks access to private credit funds, private equity, hedge funds, and structured products that retail investors cannot touch. Below that threshold, you are limited to listed markets. Above it, the range of instruments expands significantly. Marcus crossed that line at 49. Before that, for all his portfolio sophistication, he was investing in the same products available to anyone with a brokerage account. It bought him the ability to absorb one bad year without changing his life. When markets fell sharply in his mid-40s, he did not sell. He had enough liquidity outside the portfolio to cover 2 years of expenses without touching investments. That decision, made possible by the size of the portfolio, not by superior intelligence, protected approximately $340,000 in gains that recovered within 18 months. It bought him genuine optionality at work. He stayed at his current role not because he needed the income, but because he chose it. That is not a subtle distinction. The job looks identical from the outside. The psychological experience is entirely different. What $1.4 million did not buy Marcus is what surprises most people. It did not buy him a life without financial decisions. His condominium costs $11,000 per month when you include mortgage, maintenance, property tax, and utilities. His 2 children are in international school at $40,000 per year each. His car, Category B, runs at approximately $2,000 per month. His total fixed commitments before discretionary spending exceeds $16,000 per month. His gross income is $22,000. The surplus is smaller than most people earning $8,000 would expect from someone earning nearly 3 times that. He is not in financial trouble. He is managing a complex system with significant commitments on every side. The $1 million in his portfolio is not removing complexity from his life. It is providing a foundation underneath it. The complexity is a choice, but it is still complexity. The action here is not a calculator. It is a question. The life that costs $16,000 a month in fixed commitments is a specific life, not a better life by definition. A different life with different trade-offs. The $1 million in Marcus's portfolio would generate a completely different kind of security for Priya, who has designed her life to cost $3,200 a month. The number is the same. The life it purchases is not. There is a fourth story, the one most people never consider because it does not feel aspirational. Lou is 62 years old. He spent 30 years maximizing his CPF. Every voluntary top-up he could make. Never withdrew CPF OA for housing. He paid his HDB mortgage in cash, which cost him more in the short run and significantly more in long-run compounding. He kept his lifestyle modest deliberately in Jurong West, in a 4-room flat he has owned since 31. His CPF balance at 62, ordinary account, MediSave, and retirement account combined, is $640,000. He has another investment portfolio of $410,000. His total financial assets, $1.05 million. None of it is in property beyond the HDB. He is a liquid millionaire in the sense that matters. His CPF life payout from 65, approximately $3,300 per month. His investment portfolio at 3.5% withdrawal, $1,435 per month. Combined income from 65, $4,735 per month. His HDB is fully paid. He has no car. His monthly expenses, $1,900. His monthly surplus in retirement, $2,835. He does not look like what most people picture when they imagine a millionaire in Singapore. He shops at fair price. He eats at his neighborhood kopitiam. He takes the MRT everywhere. His flat is not in a prestigious estate. He does not have a helper. He also does not have financial stress. He has not had financial stress for approximately 8 years. He will never have financial stress again. He can give his children meaningful gifts. He can travel when he wants to. He can handle the unexpected without changing how he lives. He can be generous. This is the version of $1 million that Singapore's infrastructure, CPF, HDB, public transport, hawker centers, was genuinely designed to support. And it is the version that requires the fewest heroics to reach. Not the fastest, not the most visible, the most reliable. Here is the honest summary of what $1 million means in Singapore in 2026. 1 million in total net worth is median Singapore. It is mostly property and CPF. It is a meaningful number and it means you have built something real. It does not make you wealthy in any practical sense today. 1 million in liquid financial assets, portfolio plus SRS, no CPF, no HDB, is a genuinely significant milestone. At 3.5% safe withdrawal, it generates $2,917 per month. With CPF Life on top, it funds a comfortable life without a car and without private school. It does not fund a life with both. 1 million in liquid assets plus a high-cost lifestyle, car, condo mortgage, international school, requires an income that sustains those commitments indefinitely. The million is a buffer, not a foundation. The buffer matters, but the commitments are the system, and the system is expensive. 1 million in CPF-centered wealth, built through the 1M65 path, generates the most secure retirement income per dollar of the 4 versions, but with zero flexibility before 65. It is the right structure for a reliable retirement. It is not financial freedom in the sense of optionality before the standard retirement age. The numbers across all 4 versions are the same, 1 million. The lives they purchase are 4 different things entirely. Alvin went home and recalculated. Not his total net worth this time. His liquid net worth, $90,000. His CPF on track for somewhere between the basic and full retirement sum. His HDB, valuable but not spendable. He answered his wife's question about the condo. The answer was no. Not because they were not doing well, because the upgrade would convert the $90,000 liquid into a deposit, increase monthly commitments by $2,000, and eliminate the $600 RSP contribution he had been making into CSPX for 6 years. He would still be a millionaire. But the compound interest on those 6 years of RSP at 7% annual returns, continued for 20 more years, is worth $412,000 at 65. The condo is worth what it is worth. The $412,000 in compounded returns would not exist if he upgraded. He is not sacrificing the condo for a number on a spreadsheet. He is choosing a different kind of million. The kind that pays him every month at 65 without conditions. His wife looked at the calculation. Then she said, "Let us plan the trip to Japan instead." They booked it the next morning. $1 million in Singapore is not a destination. It is a question. Which million is it? Where does it live? In concrete, in CPF, or in compounding investments? What does it generate every month? What does it cost to maintain the life around it? The median Singaporean household has almost exactly $1 million in net worth. The median Singaporean household is still going to work on Monday. The million did not change that. The million that changes Monday is not the largest one. It is the most liquid one. The one that compounds. The one that does not require the car and the condo and the school fees to justify its existence. Most Singaporeans will hit 1 million. The question is, which one? Which one are you building?